Hi everyone, welcome to the video lecture. In the last video lecture, we have learnt about the motherboard and types of a motherboard. Just small introduction of a motherboard and its types we have studied in the last video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to just discuss what are the different components are there in a PCB. That is a printed circuit board. Is nothing but a motherboard. Where motherboard is said as a large printed circuit board on the computer. In a computer, it's a large printed circuit, and where electrical components, different types of ports, expansion slots are mounted, are all mounted on a motherboard. Okay, na? In your chapter, they have given 8 different types of components. 8 different components of a motherboards they have given. Let us see one by one. First one is a processor or a CPU. In the block diagram, review of a block diagram of a computer, you have learned this topic, processor or a CPU. Again, let us discuss with some other points in the components of a motherboard. First thing, processor is or a CPU is a fabricated as a single integrated circuit chip. Is also called as a microprocessor. See, in this definition only you have, it is just a single integrated circuit chip. It's a single integrated circuit chip. It is also called as a microprocessor. It defines your physical definition of a processor. Just fabricated single integrated circuit chip. How it looks like? It looks like a fabricated single integrated circuit chip. It's just a physical definition. After this one, it is also called as processor or a central processing unit, or it's a microprocessor, you can call it as. And then coming to the main point, working nature of a processor, in the sense you have know that it contains the different types like a ALU, control unit, and the small amount of memory spaces like a registers. Different types of registers the CPU contains. Now, where ALU will be process the data. What it means to process the data, in the sense when some process is needed to carry out by the computer, in the sense mainly CPU or a processor will take the raw data, which is not processed data, raw data from the memory. It will, when there is need to be data or the process, when we used to say process is carrying on by the computer, at the time the raw data from the memory, that too completely by the primary memory, CPU will take raw data from the primary memory and processes it. Here, observe the word processes it. The raw data is the processed, in the sense here the action of arithmetic and logical operations will be carried out. Raw data will be processed. This process is nothing but a carrying out of arithmetic and logical operations by the CPU. And then processed data will be sent again to the primary memory. Processed data will be sent again to the primary memory, which is available for the users. They can restore it, they can manipulate it, they can transfer it. That is the action of a ALU in the CPU. That's the one. And control unit is nothing but it is coordinates the data transfer between the different components of the computer. Different components of the computer, CU will controls the data transfer and also coordinates. Okay, na? This is the about CU. And about the register, in the sense this is a small amount of memory and the speed memory. It will be used like as a flash in the sense for a meanwhile small amount of time it will use to save the data. Like when you need a login or a sign in to the any website, it will save, auto saving option is there. Auto saving, in the sense when you enter the website, there is no need to enter the password and the user ID again and again. It will save the data, that is user ID and password. It is carried out by the registers. For a meanwhile or for a small amount of time, it will save the password and the user ID, so that it is copied from the registers. Website will use to copy from the registers and registers will erase it. For a small amount of time, registers used to save the important data, and a small amount of memory it has. That's about the registers. And one more thing, very important thing about a CPU is a clock speed. What it means, a clock speed? We used to send the data and receive the data from the CPU or else a computer, and the speed of the data transfer speed is called as a clock speed. The speed of the data, flowing data is called as a clock speed. The speed of a flowing of a data is called as a clock speed, and it is measured in a megahertz. Megahertz are millions per second we used to call, or else billions per second or gigahertz. Millions of megahertz or else gigahertz is a common clock speed measurements we use. Nowadays we are getting the computers that are having the clock speed greater than 1 gigahertz. Presently we are working with the computers which are having the clock speed greater than the 1 gigahertz. This is about a processor or a microprocessor, or also you can call it as a CPU. Here you have to just remember different types of that is parts coming of a CPU, like a ALU, CU and the registers, and about a clock speed we have to remember while explaining the processor or a microprocessor and the definition for a processor one. Next component of it is not a component, it is the supporting explanation about a processor, that is the general structure of a motherboard. In your textbook they have given the one diagrammatic representation of a general structure of a motherboard. Just go through with that. I will explain the main thing about a general structure of a motherboard which is useful for this topic, components of a motherboard, that is north bridge and the south bridge. Okay na? Go through the diagram. I will explain these two. These two are the main components of a general structure of a motherboard. Okay na? One thing, you know how the data will be transferred to the CPU and taken by the CPU and sent by the CPU. How the CPU receives the data and sends the processor data, you know that one. After that, the general structure of a motherboard. Motherboard mainly contains two types of chipsets. Chipsets in the sense, you know, that is the characteristics of a motherboard are nothing but a form factor, chipset and the processor socket. Main thing about the characters are chipset, where two types of chipsets will get in a general structure of a motherboard, and that two chipsets are directly connected to the processor and works as a supportive for the processors. For the processor purpose, these two chipsets works. What it means, a north bridge or a north chipset, or it's a south bridge or a south chipset? What it means in a sense? North bridge or a south chipset, north bridge or a north chipset is contains a high speed components. It will works or deals with the high speed components on the motherboard, which are mounted on the motherboard, like a CPU, RAM, video card. These are all just example for the high speed electrical components. And north bridge or a north chipset deals with only high speed components, electrical components like these three. And the south bridge or a south chipset will obviously works with a slower speed or a lower speed components, electrical components like a sound card, net card, hard disk, etc. And these two are connected each other and connected with a CPU or a processor, what we used to call it as a processor. This is about a general structure of a motherboard. This completes one of the components of the motherboard. Next component is a BIOS. What it means, the expansion of a BIOS is nothing but a basic input output system. Basic input output system is the expansion for BIOS. And working, what is the use of a BIOS in the sense, everyone observed or not, I don't know, when you switch on the computer, it will take some time to load. What it loads? Load in the sense, what it loads? It will load all the instructions. When the computer, we used to switch on the computer, it will take some time to load. And then if it is loading in the sense, what purpose it is loading? It is loading for the purpose of a hardware. It is loads the number of instructions to know whether all the hardware connected to the computer working properly or not. And it will compare the hardware's properties are equal to the capacity of the computer or not. It will load all the instructions which are needed for the connected hardwares and whether hardwares are working properly or not. And then after that, what are all the hardwares connected are supported to the current softwares or not, it will check. This is done by the basic input output system or a BIOS. It is one of the component of this motherboard. And we used to call it as a post operational component. What it means, post operational component, in the sense, power on self test. Power on self test. What it means, the power on self test, in the sense, when the computer, we used to power on the computer, it will self test the hardware components whether working properly or not, and whether the requirements of the hardware are supported by the computer software or not. It will check the self test will be conducted on a power on of a computer. That's why we used to call it as a post operation component. Post operation component is a BIOS, basic input output system. It will load what are all the requirements of the hardware are there, whether these hardware, connected hardware are what supports the current software system or not. It will be done through the BIOS. And the next one is the CMOS. CMOS in the sense, complementary metal oxide semiconductor. CMOS in the sense, complementary metal oxide semiconductor, and this one is responsible for the time and date of the system. Whether when you use the mobile phones, when you switch off the mobile phone and again when you switch on the mobile phone, almost all the mobile phones will gets the time to reset, asks you to set the time again, reset the time again and date again. When you make a switch off and switch on the mobile phones, many of the mobile phones asks you to reset the time and date. But when you switch off and switch on the computer, this is nothing but a mobile is nothing but a one electronic component, that is nothing but a one type of a computer. And when you switch on and switch off the desktop or a laptop systems, it will not ask you to reset the time and date, because here we have a one small chip, that is a BIOS chip and the CMOS chip. BIOS, which is responsible for the hardware requirements, and CMOS chip is responsible for the time date of the system. Even though you switch off the computer system or the laptops, it will keeps on working. These two chips keeps on working. Have you observed that small cell on the remotes? It will CMOS battery or a BIOS chip or like that only. Resembles like that only. It will used to keeps on all the time. Even though switch off of a computer, it will used to keeps on always. So it will protects us with the date and time of the computer systems. This is CMOS, that is complementary metal oxide semiconductor, is responsible for the time and date of the computer system. And nowadays we are using the flash BIOS. Flash BIOS for the updated computer systems. Flash BIOS are nothing but we can update the computer system for updated hardware. It can be updated. Flash of a BIOS in the sense we can update the BIOS instructions as for the updated hardware. If we can get the updated hardware like wired that keyboard to wireless keyboard. In such a cases, we can update the instructions of the BIOS too. That is what we used to call it as a flashing of a BIOS. This is the components: processor, BIOS, and CMOS. Still, you have the five different components are there. In the next video, I am going to explain you those 5 components. Thank you.